Okay, I'll answer any questions that I can. It wasn't good enough today. Defensively, we had no answer. You can't give up that many yards rushing and not get to the quarterback and then lose the turnover margin and expect to win in this league. But I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can.
Hey, Coach. It's the commish with Raider Reaction. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with us after that pathetic performance by your team today. I mean, it's got to take a lot to even have to come out and sit down and answer a few questions. So appreciate that straight out of the gate. I guess my first question would be, what the fuck? But you've tried to explain that already. I guess let's start off. Do you think you can scrape this shit together and be prepared to play in, 3 days?
Well, obviously, we only have a few days left. We're running out of time. Running out of players. Farrell went down again today early. I don't want to make any excuses. Abram went down. Jeff Heath's not here. We miss Arnett. We miss a lot of players. But we got stuck on some blocks. We misfit some runs. And we paid for it big time. But we had no answer today. And we better find some answers. And as soon as I'm done here, we'll start searching.
Hold on. Wait a second, Coach. Wait a second. You started out there saying you didn't want to make any excuses, but I couldn't keep up with the fucking list of excuses that you were giving me. Injuries. Do you want to run those back down for me again? Because you said you didn't want to list excuses, but we listed every fucking excuse you could possibly list. So I just want to make sure that, I want to get this right. So, do we have excuses or we don't have excuses? This sounds like we got a lot of fucking excuses. I mean, all the other coaches in the league, Coach, are dealing with injuries and the COVID and everything else. Just like the Raiders, they seem to be managing it just a little better. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I thought Trent was a difference maker. He played great. I thought the pocket was clean. I thought we did a good job moving the ball. I don't know how many times we punted. I know it got a little helter-skelter at the end. We turned the ball over and a couple red zone plays. They made a great play down there, number 23. I can't tell you how impressive that was, but it's good to have Trent back. Josh is a difference maker for us, running and receiving, and I think he's getting close to being the Jacobs that we all know. But Abram, he has some flashes. He also has some plays that he's got to clean up. Obviously,
Abram couldn't cover somebody with a fucking blanket. So your defense was pathetic. What the fuck did you think about your offense today, Coach?
It's a top 5 defense. I really like what we did offensively. I thought we moved the ball. I think the turnover in the first half, the kid made a great play. They're a good defense. You can ask DeForest Buckner and Autry and the guys, Leonard and players that they have. We had some good runs. We just couldn't stay with it. We were in a situation where we had to score a touchdown every time we had the ball, it seemed, and it's hard to establish a run in those circumstances.
Coach, I want to make sure I get this on record. You do understand that it is better to score touchdowns instead of field goals. It's the 3 points doesn't equal the 7, and by the end of the game, mathematically, you seem to eliminate yourself. That's something I hope you can really clean up getting ready for this Chargers game, because field goals are less than touchdowns. This seems to be something maybe you've forgotten since you were coaching the Buccaneers.
We got to make some real improvements, and we got to get ready for the Chargers. We can't worry about the playoffs and who's winning and losing around the league. We got to take care of our business. I don't want to hear any more playoff questions. We got to take care of our business, try to find a way to win our 8th football game.
Oh, don't worry, Coach. We won't be bringing up playoffs anytime in the near future. The P word will not be mentioned in your presence. Let's win one game first before we get ahead of ourselves. That was a bad one. That was a bad one. How do you feel about your offense, your inability to be able to punch it in the red zone?
Yeah, you get to the point where you second guess everything you're doing offensively. Every time you punt, it's tough right now, but you have to stay confident that your players are going to put it together like they did in Kansas City. We struggled in the first half in Arrowhead. We found a way to make some plays in the second half. But when you can make it a one-possession game, you got to trust your defense. to be a championship team and a playoff team, you have to be a good football team in all three phases. And that's my answer to that question. I hope it solves your curiosity.
So if you had a chance to check out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, pretty much anywhere, people are wanting public executions of your coaching staff, namely Paul Guenther. People are even starting to question whether you even know what you're doing at this point, or if this is just a franchise trying to grasp at past glory and resurrect something that maybe should have just been left in the Monday Night Football booth. Have you had a chance to see any of that, Coach?
No, I don't have social media, so I don't really know what to say about that right now. I'll answer any questions about the game, not the internet.
Well, I do want to thank you for your time, Coach Gruden. Like I said earlier, it takes a strong stomach for you to come out and sit down and answer anything after that pathetic performance by your football team. Let's remind everybody you are getting paid $10 million a year, $100 million over this 10-year period, and you're supposed to be bringing back the greatness of one of the most storied franchises in the National Football League, and you are failing miserably. Hopefully, you can at least beat the fucking Sparklers on Thursday night. Thank you for your time. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.